Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another exciting Minecraft episode. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I am out here in the woods with little G. There he goes right there. You can hear the babbling brook because it's been raining a ton. It's just so weird for September, actually. And also the leaves, I think, are trying to give us a message because look how green it is. And it's almost October. Usually they're completely filled in by now, peaking like in a week, and it's just so weird for northern Vermont. Anyway, I'm super excited to have this chat with you about being a third-party observer to your emotions. It's just so important, and I've got a couple of sources of inspiration. One is a young man by the name of James Elliott, and because he did a post on LinkedIn actually that was really fantastic, and also John Kabat-Zinn, because he's been saying this for a very long time. So I think a lot of times it's easy for us to get stuck in our emotions, and also to label those emotions by saying something like, I'm depressed, I'm so depressed, I'm so sad, I'm so anxious. So like the minute we say I am, which actually was also Wayne Dyer, he said, let's just throw it all out there. Then we have identified with it, we've labeled it, we've attached to it like super glue. I am depressed. You gotta be so careful when you say the words I am, what follows those words, because you kind of become that. Even if it's I am exhausted, well, if you're not, you're gonna be, because you just kind of declared it, right? So that's what we kind of want to stay away from, is saying I am this, and it's definitely true with fear, which is really the main emotion I wanted to talk about today. It fits in with any of the emotions, right? But when we can, instead of saying, I am so afraid, I'm so scared, I'm so fearful, right? Because thoughts come first, feelings second. We know that's a basis for Minecraft. When instead we look at fear as kind of, as a third-party observer, like this is very John Kabat-Zinn, it kind of rolls through. So I had this fearful thought, and we say, okay, apparently there's some fear in the air, and to not identify it, and instead look at it kind of like as an unwelcome guest. There's somebody in the neighborhood who wants to stop by and, chat for hours. And he's just not up for it. Maybe they're even a little prickly, like fear would be definitely prickly. And rather than spend all that energy locking the door, diving under the couch, hiding all the snacks because you don't want them to stay too long, rather than going through all that energy, to just let them in briefly so you can kind of, get some clarity, acknowledge their presence, and then send them on their way. It's that place of non-resistance we've also talked about, because it is counterintuitive. You're like, let the fear in. What are you, nuts? It's counterintuitive, yes, but it's actually what dissipates the fear or anxiety or whatever it is far more quickly. And the fear thing was in my head, but it can be whatever. Anxiety, when we let it roll through, we're sort of it's a way more effective way to let go of the fear than digging in with claws and saying, I'm so afraid, I'm so this, escalate. Plus, we're attracting more of it, right? The more we talk about, or as we said, like, the more we give energy to the fear, that's like a layperson's term, right, or phrase. The more we give energy to it, the more fear happens. Fear's like a freaking snowball, I think more so than the many emotions. And then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and then it takes on a life of its own. Whereas if we can be a third-party observer to it, realize I am not my thoughts until I allow them to become my thoughts, right? We can stop that. I am not my thoughts. I can choose to let this roll right through me. I can observe the fear. Okay, so we're not repressing it or blocking it. That's different. That gives it more energy too. But just to acknowledge that it's there. Okay, I got some fear going on today. And then just, okay, I wrapped around it. It's coming from this, it's coming from that. The thing at work, and that it's got me going, and okay, and then just that's it. And just realize that all it is emotional energy. You are not your fear. You are not your fear, right? And you don't have to identify it and become it. You don't want to become the fear. And as mentioned a few episodes ago, it's good to remember that the more we allow, and the word is allow, because we are the captains of our own ships here, the more we allow that fear-based thinking to stick, like we keep replay, and all the what if thinking and all that, that the more we are apt to become that for the time being. And there's that, it's like, looks like Giovanni got hold of a tea bag or something. Look at him. And there's the old 17 seconds thing. So when we are replaying something for more than 17 seconds, it makes it that much tougher to get rid of. So it's good to have a little stopwatch on yourself. If you're letting, when you're letting that, at least take a break. If you're trying to get clarity, because you have to think a little bit about it, right? Think a little bit. Okay, stop now. Okay, shift into a more positive place again, realizing that we want to stay away from the labels and identifying with the emotion itself. It's just emotional energy. It's a brain thing. Let it roll through you as a third-party observer. There goes the fear. Bye-bye. In other words, to picture on the river. We've talked about that. Picture it on the leaves going down the river. You're on the rock observing. There goes that fearful thought. There goes that fearful thought. There goes that thing going on at work. There goes that thing going on with this new person I started dating. There goes that with this. And then down the river. That's it. Third-party observer. Be a third-party observer of your emotions. Don't label. Don't identify. That's it. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful, the very, very green, sadly. Well, the trees know what they're doing. I got to have faith, right? All right. Have a great day. Have a mindful day.